Hello everyone, today I'll be doing a solo flawless on the new mission Harbinger with Hunter. For my subclass I'll be using top 3 NIGHTSTALKER. For my kinetic I'll be using the 7 Seraph opposite revolver with the point of the stag arc bow with Vorpal weapon. For heavy I'll be using Xenophage. And for my helmet, I'll be using double machine gun ammo finder, global reach, and 10 discipline mod. Next, I'll be using hand cannon loader, unstoppable hand cannon with fire recovery, and fire team medic. Next, I'll be using double solar damage resistance with 10 discipline and rage of the war mind cell mod. Next, I'll be using Stompies with Machine Gun Scavenger, 5 Discipline, Invigoration Arc mod that I am forced to use since I'll be using Powerful Friends to get 20 plus mobility on Hunter. Next, I'll be using Spoils of War, 5 Discipline mod, Bomber, and lastly, Wrath of Rasputin. Alright guys, so now we're gonna go to the mini puzzle. For this section where we're going to enter in the building to deal with the 3 emissaries, which I would like to call them 3 mini bosses, which I will talk very soon. So the route where I go is I go over here and then I go all the way from the right side. Then we're gonna go outside, almost similar like Lake of Shadows, right? We're gonna open a door and we're gonna proceed to the next area. So I had to use Stompies and there's going to be a sniper that can damage you really hard. So for this mission, a lot of ads and of course the mini bosses, they could damage you they can melt you pretty bad. So I highly recommend to put double solar resistance because you're going to need a lot of that for the final boss. So here I decided to jump around here and we're going to go to the next room where we're gonna hunt the 3 mini bosses. So you can jump here, just like a little invisible platform, and then you can go all the way from the left side. So because we have Stompies, we can easily jump over here. It's just one jump. And we're gonna deal with the 3 mini taken bosses, and this is the mini puzzle room where a lot of people get lost. Let's be honest, I got lost too. Everyone got lost. So now I'm going to just do half damage on the Void mini boss. So once it's on half health, it would immune himself and all these ads will despawn. So next what I like to do is take down the snipers on top of the platforms. There's going to be a door opening and I like to go up. I like to go up where there will be an opening door where usually ads like to guard. And of course we're using the bow, you can use a scout. For me I prefer to use a bow, if I have to be really honest. I just prefer bows and scouts. And you know what, might as well use a bow since there's no requirement of using overload champions here, unless if there was, then sadly I would have to use a scout. Now we're going to deal with the first mini boss, and there are 2 ways you can do. You can use your super or you can spam Xenophage. So what I'm going to do is spam Xenophage, throw my nade and do DPS at the wizard, and of course a war mind cell will spawn, and I'm just going to shoot it and clear down the ads. So next what I'm going to do is go backwards. That's right, I'm going to go backwards so I won't get lost in this huge little mini puzzle room. And now I'm going to deal with the next mini boss. So there are Solar, Arc, and Void mini bosses that we have to hunt. Here, this one is gonna be Arc. And this is the guy, if you guys remember this guy, he's from the Corrupted or from Lake of Shadows. So because we're using the bow, we can take down the arc shield, and you can of course use your xenophage to take it down. Now it's just being cautious with the blights of death, because these blights can two-shot you if you're not super careful. And always take down the blight orbs. They can be very dangerous, and the ads do hit hard for the secret mission as well. So I was just being cautious, especially this is just day 1. Still trying to get used to this secret mission. You can see that these ads can shoot from distance as well. Once you do DPS half, it will automatically immune and ads will despawn. You can only hit all the mini bosses in this room, only have health, then they'll despawn into a different room where you can finally kill them. So because the Arc Knight despawned, I found a door on the top left side, and we're going to go and hunt for it and take it down. And of course, luckily I had some heavy bricks and I can use my xenophage to take it down. Now I like going to this route, it just seems easier for me and I won't get lost. And I don't really have to spam Xeno a lot for the second mini boss. I can just spam my bow. So you'll see very soon I just do a couple shots on these little scions and we're going to take down the Arc boss. The beauty about this area where I am is the boss can't shoot you and the blights can't really track you. So I could just take my time, use my bow, and then take it down. I can grab some heavy, or if I'm full of heavy, then I just go back. So I'm gonna go backwards again. You know, I don't want to get lost. I'm not 100% familiar from this room, but I prefer just to go backwards and just know exactly where I am. So now we're going to proceed to the next mini boss. And it's going to be solar, and it's going to be very easy to do DPS, especially if you're using xenophage. All depends what heavy you're using. I sneakily do DPS before the ad spawn. So it seems if you get too close to these mini bosses, ads won't spawn. So xenophage will be the best weapon for this mission to deal with the mini bosses. I might go again just to do more testing to see if I can make ads not despawn on the 2 mini bosses. So once I do take down the mini boss, I'm gonna go up here, open the door, shoot the blight, and we're gonna deal with the final mini solar boss. So once I do, I go up here and we're going to go and take down the solar. Now this one can be dangerous. I prefer to use my super here. And there are void wizards guarding the mini boss, the solar. So I highly recommend you be careful. And you don't want to mess about with the solar mini boss. So once I take it down, again I go backwards, but first I wanted to get some heavy and see if I can take down ads, and hopefully I can get heavy bricks. This area is a dead end, I just wanted to get some heavy. And now for the next objective, since we took down all the 3 mini bosses, we're going to follow the hawk or the bird. So I'm just going backwards again where I entered the door, and I'm gonna proceed all the way from here and go down to the right side. And there's gonna be a taking Cabal guarding his life. Suspicious. Maybe this is the entrance. And that's what I thought when I was doing my solo flawless run. And decide to open this door. And we'll proceed to the next area. And now we're gonna deal with the most annoying mini boss in this mission. And of course the final boss is much worse. So there's gonna be 3 mini waves. So first we're gonna deal with Void Wizards and Infinite Spawns if you don't take them down. Then next we're gonna deal with the Arc Knights, the Arc Cabals, which you need to take them down, or we're gonna have a lot of waves of infinite adds, and trust me, we don't want to mess with them. Then for the final phase we're gonna deal with the Solar Knights. Now, the one thing I don't like about the first phase is once you take down the 2 wizards, these taken thralls don't push anymore. They actually run away from you and give you a hard time. They give you a hard time of trying to not get killed by you. I'm not even joking. I'm very serious. These guys hide and they run away and waste your time. So I was just checking my ghosts to see if the game will tell me where they are, because sometimes it does if it's like 2 ads or 3 ads. And I was just trying to find them and they keep running away even though I'm trying to take them down. And they can be a bit annoying. Now you're probably wondering, why am I in the ceiling? Why am I on top of the platforms? Just go down and shoot them. Well, what I wanted to do is take them down and quickly go on the top platform, because we're going to be dealing with a lot of snipers, infinite snipers by the way. With 2 Arc Cabals, which they're going to shoot a lot of tracking blights. They're going to spam their orb tracking, which can kill you 2 shots by the way if both of them hit you at the same time. And I was trying my best to know where they are and I could be prepared for the next phase. Then you see here we have a guy hiding. So yeah, this can be very annoying. So I was trying to take it down from the top platform, but this guy was not working out. So he kept running away. And you can see he's moving around. I'm trying to shoot him. And he just doesn't want to die. Like seriously, this phase is so annoying. And I was getting a little irritated because I want to spawn kill the 2 Arc Cabals, and this guy wouldn't let me. So now I took down all the ads. There's going to be 2 Arc Knights or the 2 Arc Cabal taken, and I had to take them down quickly. There's going to be snipers, but they are infinite spawns if you don't take down the Arc Knights. So you can see there that these Arc taken Cabals are very, very dangerous. So I try to take 1 down at least so I can take cover and focus on 1 blight and focus on the tracking blight that will try to kill me 1 hit. There is also an unstoppable champion, but it's very harmless. I honestly would just first take down the 2 Arc taken cabals. Then last I would take down the Unstoppable Champion. They're more of a threat than the Unstoppable Champion in my opinion. And of course the second would be the snipers. But the problem with the snipers is they spawn infinitely if you don't take down the taken cabals right away. Once I took down those annoying cabals, then I can take down the Unstoppable Champion. Sometimes snipers can sneak up on you and try to snipe you when trying to do DPS at the champion. Now I just want to take my time since I was low on heavy. I also put Spoils of War, and sometimes I did forget in this run that I had it. Always use your finisher so you can get some heavy. Because for this mission we're going to be using a lot, especially for this boss and for the final boss, definitely. So now I'm looking for the last ad. It was hiding behind a wall, and you can see there the blight pushed me, and I had to go up quickly because it is not safe to go down. So now I decided to use tether and then just take down a couple of ads. So this is the final phase where we're going to be taking down 2 solar knights, 2 unstoppable champions, and a couple of goblins and a couple of ads. Now the solar knights, they can be a threat if they see you. If they don't see you, then they just walk around mindlessly and they can be pretty harmless. That's why I like to go up here. That way they won't spam their attack, which is very painful to dodge. And you can see there, they can't really hit me if they don't see me. First I want to take down the solar knight. But of course it was hiding, so they do like to sometimes walk around to hide. But they usually spawn from the left or right from this platform. And there's always one always hiding the same spot where we took down that red ad, which is pretty funny, to be honest. So once I took down the champion, decided to take down a couple of gold bars, majors, and goblins. Then I'll be taking down the unstoppable champion. So sadly I ran out of heavy and I was just looking if I'm missing any ads, and it looks like the solar knight is hiding behind a wall just like the red ad. First I want to deal with the unstoppable champion. Then once I do that, I can use my finisher to get some heavy and quickly take down the solar knight. So you can see it likes hiding behind this wall, the same place where all these red ads love to hide. So I quickly took it down and we're going to proceed to the next area. And now we're going to deal with another mini jumping puzzle and a final boss. So once you defeat the champions, we're going to open the chest and proceed to the next section. We're going to be teleporting very soon to a different area. And this one can be a bit annoying. I can get a little lost. I like to go down here and take down the sniper from the top with the bow. Reason why is because this sniper can snipe you when you're jumping all the way down there and going to those little platforms right there, as you can see. Sometimes you're here, you know, mind your own business, and then boom, the sniper kills you. So now what I like to do is jump over here, and we're going to hug the wall very soon. I was just checking if there's some ads. And I like to jump over here to this little platform, and I'm going to be hugging the wall to go to the next area. So yeah, isn't this fun? I'm pretty sure everyone got lost around here. I did too, so you know, you're not the only one. I got lost, and later on I had to find out the best way to do this mini jumping puzzle. So now in this section, we're going to go up to the pipes. So I like to jump over here and hug the wall because stompies can sometimes bounce you off. Let's be honest about stompies with Hunter. So once I do that, I go over here and we're going to take down these ads where they have void shields. So for this mission, there's going to be a rainbow, arc, solo, and void. So I definitely would recommend to have Osmosis for your loadout, especially if you're in the void subclass. Of course, Xenophage can take down any elemental. But sometimes you need to save your heavy ammo, especially for the final boss. So I was just trying to go over here and of course throw my nade so I can get the Osmosis perk. And then my kinetic weapon can shoot void. So I jump around here. And we're going to take down a couple of ads and proceed to the next room. Now over here there's a blight from the right side. Highly recommend you be careful and time your jump because this blight can push you off. So always be careful around this part because the blight can push you off the map and ruin your solo flawless. Trust me, it happened to me 3 times. So yeah, be careful. Now we're going to deal with a couple of blights, so definitely be careful with them. And I was trying to see if I can hug the wall, but I couldn't, sadly, so I had to jump to go to the next section. So there are snipers, you can use your bow to take them down. And of course, a red ad. So now what I like to do is just take down the unstoppable champion. You can use your heavy if you have a lot of heavy. Fortunately for me, I only had 7 Xenophage, so I couldn't really use my heavy so much because I really needed it for the boss fight, and you'll see why very soon. So I decided to use my finisher to get some heavy, and we're going to proceed to the final boss, which is going to be a bit of a tank. It's going to be a little tanky. I like to first use my super and then spam Xenophage to have his health about a quarter from a third. Once his health is a quarter from a third, he's going to immune and disappear. And we're gonna have a phase where there's gonna be infinite adds with void shields and 2 solar knights. We're gonna deal with 2 solar knights, which we will have to take them down. I decided to save for my heavy a bit, and now we're gonna go deal with the first wave of adds. So there's gonna be a solar knight from the left and right. I like to shoot them with xenophage from long distance quickly before the goblins immune the solar knight. So you can see there, I took it down. And I have to clear down all the adds, which they have void shield. Now I could have switched a void energy weapon to make this run quicker, but I was really tired and sleepy and I totally forgot that I can do that. And I also forgot that when doing this mission you can switch subclass, you can switch weapons, you can switch armor. So if I did switch my weapons, then this run could have been much more faster. I could have put, I guess, a sky rifle. I don't think I can put a void bow because I think it's sunset, or maybe I can, I'm not sure, because the base power level for this mission is 1270, and I don't know if the bow sunset can work. So I might try it, maybe, I don't know, but I like bows better than scouts. So hopefully next season we'll have bows, you know? So what I like to do is just take down the void adds. And now we're gonna deal with the next phase very soon, once I deal with the void taken red bar that is hiding and shooting me from far away. So the boss will spawn and then you can do massive DPS at the boss. So what I like to do is do as much DPS as I can, and of course save some Xeno for the second waves of adds. And the 2 solar knights we have to take down. So what I have to do is just spam my bow. I decided to spam my bow and just save my xenophage for this one. So you could just go left or right on the boss. And sometimes there will be goblins. They will immune the boss, but you could just throw a nade or use your kinetic weapon to take them down. So you can see here that I'm just using my bow, going left and right, and I could just take my time taking down the boss. So you can see that these goblins, they can immune him, but you just throw your nade or throw smoke to blind them, and then you just continue to do DPS. Also recommend to be careful when he shoots fire, even with solar resistance, and I'm using double. He can still melt you, so I highly recommend to be cautious when dealing with the final boss. So you can see, you can just go left and right, you know, bows are amazing. I'm really happy I still have this bow. So we're gonna do the same thing. There's gonna be 2 adds 2 Solar Knights spawning from left and right, and I try to take them down quickly with Xenophage. Because, reason why is because if you don't kill them, then you're gonna have infinite waves of ads that have void shields, and the Solar Knights can shoot you from far away from where I'm standing, by the way. I know I didn't show much in this footage, but it's because I took them down quickly, and I didn't want to deal with them. Another thing I'd like to mention, these red ads do hit hard. Almost like a nightfall, almost. And I would recommend to be a little cautious, especially with these ads they like to duplicate. They like to spawn these little eyes, and they are very annoying. Even if you're invisible, they can still see you for some reason. And sometimes they don't on top tree, and sometimes they do. So highly recommend to be careful. And I was trying to shoot from long distance with my kinetic weapon, but it wasn't working out, and I got a little impatient, I'll be honest with you. Then I had to pull back because I was on red health. So yeah, it definitely switched to a void energy weapon in this video. I did not do that, and like I said, I was tired, sleepy, I wasn't really thinking about switching weapons. And of course, this was just a day 1 mission, so everything was new, and now looking at it, I could have switched to a energy weapon instead of waiting for my nade. But Osmosis is really good. So now I'm just taking my time to take down the void red bars. And yeah, they are very annoying. You can see here they can be super annoying. They like to walk around, they like to waste your time. And that is why I highly recommend to have Osmosis or switch to a energy weapon. You can even have both for this boss fight, but you know, I decided to use a bow, and maybe I can use a void bow. A big maybe, I'm not really sure if I'm allowed to. Bungie will let me, you know. So now I quickly took down the boss with Xenophage, and there we go guys, we finally beat it, and solo flawless. Thank you so much for watching. This mission is really fun. I'll probably go back next time. You know, it's not the cleanest around, especially the boss fight, because everything's so new for me. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.